What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Ian Explains. It is almost Christmas, and that means we are talking about probably the most romantic Christmas movie I've ever seen, and that's Love Actually. Weird thing about this movie is everyone is in it. If you are British, you are in this movie. So try and keep up. There's a lot of people here. Right off the bat, we're introduced to Liam Neeson, and he's a sad mess because his wife just died, and he's just trying to find somebody to talk to. Everybody's like, hey, I'm super busy, dude. So he ends up becoming best friends with his stepson, and it is awesome. All the way down to the point where his stepson's trying to woo a girl in his class, so Liam Neeson buys him a drum set because that seems like the best possible idea. Then right around the corner you have Alan Rickman, and he's working in a magazine or something. He's some sort of editor, and all he's trying to do is have a good life. But then he's got his secretary who's over there like, hey, what's up? I'm just trying to sleep with the boss. And he's like unsure about it, and that just gets real crazy real quick. Also, the dude that plays Rick Grimes is in this movie, so I'm pretty sure that this is just Rick Grimes' coma dream, in which all of the actors he spent time watching in his regular life are in his dream, and also he's English now. And his storyline gets kind of heartbreaking because he's like, oh man, I was at my best friend's wedding and he married the girl that I love. And he tries to play it cool, but she's like, dude, you totally love me. And he's like, yeah, you right. So the weird thing about this movie is everybody's connected. And check it out. See, Rick Grimes in his coma dream, he actually runs an art gallery. And that art gallery is hosting a Christmas party for Alan Rickman's company Christmas party. So they're there. And also, for some crazy reason, Alan Rickman's wife is the sister to the new Prime Minister, Hugh Grant. Because that's what every English person's always wanted, is for Hugh Grant to actually be the Prime Minister. Let's be real. So Hugh Grant gets into office and he's like, oh no, I'm the new Prime Minister and I don't really know what I'm doing because I'm a super casual guy. And he meets this girl who's not very professional and swears a lot. She's just like the office quirky girl, and he can't help but fall in love with her. And he can't help fall in love with her all the way to the point that when the American president of the United States comes to town, he starts hitting on office quirky girl, and he can't stand for it. So he's like, nope, if I can't awkwardly flirt with you in my office, then nobody can, and kicks her out, sends her off to some other workstation. And then he feels really bad about it. He runs out, gets his Secret Service, and he runs from door to door looking for her, all the way until, guess who he finds? Alan Rickman's kind of a hussy secretary. He's like, does she live here? And she's like, nah, next door, bruh. And he's like, yo, and goes next door, knocks on the door, and her whole family's there, and everybody's like, oh, Prime Minister. And they do the most English thing I've ever heard. He's trying to talk the quirky girl into coming back to work, like, hey, we have state business, I need to talk to you. And her whole family's like, well, Mr. Prime Minister, we did have plans. He's like, whatever, I'll come with you on your plans. And then, yeah, they end up getting caught making out at a school play about Christmas. So we're at the Christmas play, and this is the thing that Liam Neeson bought his stepson a drum set for, so he could impress the girl who's singing at the Christmas play. Spoilers, it works. Bad news is she's going back to America, so there's this whole big airport chase scene of Liam Neeson trying to get his stepson through airport security, which is good because he does have a very particular set of skills. Something I have to touch on real quick though is this movie's opinion on Americans. So like I said, the president of the United States showed up at one point, and he's just this like pervy, I do what I want kind of guy. But there's also a guy, his name's Colin, and he's all upset because he just can't find himself a nice British girl. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to America. And he goes to America, and his first night there, he meets a bunch of beautiful girls, and they take him back to their place, and hijinks ensue. Anyway, really need to wrap up probably the saddest storyline in this whole movie, and that is Alan Rickman's story, because he's really conflicted. He has this wife and 2 kids, and he's trying to stay faithful to them, but at the same time, he has his hussy of a secretary just throwing herself at him. And it comes down to the point where he buys her some very nice jewelry. His wife finds it, and she's all excited because she thinks she's getting that for Christmas, but then she doesn't. She gets a CD, and at this point, they're really just keeping it together for the kids. It's not a good ending for either of them. It's really awkward. And really, that's only like half of the storylines. If I had to sum it up, the moral of the story is, it's Christmas, be happy it's Christmas, tell the truth because it's Christmas, and love your stepson. And this has been another episode of Ian Explains. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Let me know what I need to explain next in the comments down below. I love to hear from you, so let me know what you think about the video, and I will see you guys next week.